Hey everyone, Dave here. Welcome to a new Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video, what I want to talk to you about is it possible to do a fusion without any shards at all? This is a question I'm going to answer today, and I'll show you why I think it's possible and how. First, two caveats that I want to mention at the beginning of the video. So there is a bit of a clickbait in it, but I really mean that it's possible. When I'm talking about whether it's possible to do fusions without shards, I'm talking about doing a fusion, not doing every fusion. You might be able to do this once, but or every 3-4 fusions, but you won't be able to do it every fusion. So not every fusion. This is the first big caveat there. Second thing is that when I'm talking about without shards, I'm talking about without any shards but the green ones. But the mystery shards, the game throws thousands, literally thousands of these at you when time goes by. Because if we talk about doing the fusion completely without any shards, even the green ones, then you have to win all the tournaments, and that's not guaranteed at all. I don't even recommend you planning on it. So, okay, doing a fusion without shards. How would you tackle that? Because that's partially what I might try to do in the Lorica fusion starting, because I didn't recover from the 2x sacreds that we just had. So how are we doing this? Basically, the energy, you'll save silver and you'll have energy or gems saved to do the other events. In any typical fusion, you have two shard openings events or two shard related events. One of them is summon rush. Okay, summon rush cannot be done by anything other than straightforward shards, and that's where we'll need the green shards. So between these two events, so usually in one of these, you need to get to 1500 points, more or less. Plaria might increase the point range at us. So I'm talking about what's happening right now till what we're seeing. So you'll need around 1500 of these. Of course, if you have, so let me go back a couple of steps here. Between the two events, you'll need around 5000 points, more or less. If you have 5000 mystery shards saved, you might be able to do both shard events with just the mystery shards. Thing here is that it will take a lot of time for you, hours of like emptying. Like, I won't be able to do it. I need to empty at least 50, 60, 100 of my inventory space to open shards, feed them to each other, open shards, feed them to each other, and so on. But still, it's a valid strategy. Where it's perfect, if the shard event is aligning with a champ training event, because you'll be getting loads of points from feeding these champs to each other and ranking them up, and you'll be building a lot of food too. So if you have the time from Friday to Sunday, where the shard events usually are, then you can use that strategy. If you have 5000 green shards saved, then do it. If you have just 1500 to 2000 shards saved, you can do the summon rush. Summon rush has to be done using shards. Now let's go to the second type of event. Second type of shard event is champion chase. Champion chase is not shard specific. What does that mean? That if you buy champs from here, they will give you 1 point each. You might think that, yeah, so what? But if you buy 50 or 100 in 3 days, that's 100 points. Second thing, we have permanent fusions. Like here, if you see, I've started building some of these so that each epic in a champion chase gives you 250 points. So if you have a couple of relic keepers available, if you just build these, all of these are farmable, except the void, his rares are farmable. So while building food in champ training or whatever, farm campaign, get a few copies of these ready, and you can have like 500 points from two relic keepers. The other permanent fusion we have. I didn't build any on a crazy account yet, but yeah, I have a few, but then notice that these uncommons, you can do this only once. But if you have those void rares, which is a lesser probability, you can eventually like fuse a couple of broad modes for 350 points each. So these two, you won't depend on this because if you are free to play or low spender, you won't have many void rares to build broad modes. But these are farmable. Just hit campaign with a lot of energy. You'll get a few copies of these. I remember even once I had like 4 copies of Relic Keeper ready, and that's just 1,000 points out of the gate. If you haven't fused rosin yet, like this, you can. So my plan is when I need these points, you can fuse the epics for 250 points each. So that's 1,000 points, and you can fuse rosin for 500 points. So that's 1,500 points just from rosin if you do it right. So this is the second source. So we talked about green shards, permanent fusions, including Relic Keeper and Broadmoor, and the market. Last source here. You see here, I finished Jitney. I didn't open here Puller yet. I have a Drixar ready. Definitely do this from the 3v3 clan shop. I have Jamarsa ready. I'm collecting fragments for Archmage Helmut. So these give you the same amount of points. 500 per Lego, 250 per Epic. So if you have a couple of these saved, Drixar, um Jetney, if you can align, which is very rare, probably you won't be able to pull this off. But let's say if you don't log into the game per one day and you align like the day you'll get your Grush or the day you'll got your visit. If you align it to the day you got your visit, you just got 500 points or Arbiter or whatever. But that's a one time thing and it's not permanent there. Realistically, if you want to do a fusion without shards, what you'll need is around 3,000 green shards, mystery shards, and you need a couple of relic keepers and a few of these epics or Legos uh, ready. Because what will happen here? I will burn these in the next fusion or the one after it, depending on how it aligns. And then I will have, like, the next fusion is also a fragment once. So I'll have Lorica here to pull on the next fusion when I need her. Of course, if your roster is still slim, don't wait for this, just summon them. But I'm telling you how you can do a fusion without shards. So, to sum up, because I don't want to rant for too long here, yes, it's doable, not for every fusion, and you'll need some green shards saved. And you don't have to do it completely without shards. So, like here, I have one sacred. So, during the fusion time, I'll open that one sacred and a few green shards to top it up. I never do fusions with voids. Voids are for 2x voids or very end game for 10x of a good void. But that's how I'm doing it. So, yes, it's doable. I told you why. If you have any questions, hit me below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.